Hey guys, I thought I'd share with you some of the mischief I've been cooking up to help push the Ex Novo game to the next level. One of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately is how to handle the audio and effects layer. In the past, I've used a program or a website called Roll20 that I'm sure you all know and love. And if I call that up here and turn on screen sharing, we're going to talk about some of the limitations of this program and some of the ways in which I've come up with to solve some of the problems I've had in the past. Really what Roll20 can do in terms of audio is it just has this jukebox tab here. Now I still intend to use the program for miniatures and maps and that kind of thing. That's what Roll20 really excels at, I find. But for audio, you can see that it's powered by SoundCloud, which basically means that if the audio isn't on the SoundCloud website, you can't use it. And while they do give you, I think it's something like 180 minutes that you can upload yourself for free, if I go to Add and search for something that I did upload myself, Conversation with Morpheus, this is that clip that I put together using Morphox earlier. It's been on their site for about 30 hours and it still hasn't been spidered yet. I don't know if it'll ever show up. So while this is good for, a passive approach, you can sort of go to the general library, maybe search for something like ambient or instrumental and find some music that way. Looks like Wiz Khalifa is on top, so we can listen to Wiz Khalifa during the game, but it doesn't give you the kind of control that I would like. So one of the ways that I've come up with to solve this problem is that you'll notice that there's a second account in the chat right now called DJ. Hello, DJ. There he is. And if I turn screen sharing back on here, what DJ allows me to do is he gives me a virtual audio layer that will let me use a sort of a phony device driver to pipe audio in directly into the Hangouts so that everyone can hear it. And I've spent probably more time than I care to admit looking for music for this game. It's really been one of the most enjoyable parts of doing my GM prep work. And some of the music that holds up the best is, unsurprisingly, the musical track from Human Revolution, made by the great composer Michael McCann. So if I wanted to bring in some of that music into Ex Novo, I'll just go to my folder here, drag it over to the Sound Effects tab in Scene Sound. By the way, this program is completely free if you decide you want to use it in one of your campaigns. We'll turn down the volume a little bit here since it's background. We'll check this loop button since it is background music after all, and we'll hit play. Yeah, and you can kind of hear that there. Now, because Hangouts relies on streaming, the quality of it is not that great right now. But when you use Hangouts on air, if we go over, this is the DJ menu, we click the gear box here, and we change it from voice to studio. Yeah, hear the difference, huh? Get that full stereo quality. It's almost like I'm listening to it, directly onto my computer here. And that's just the beginning. Now that you've had a chance to hear the quality of the audio, I'm going to turn it down a little bit here. And we can also do sound effects. So let's say it's raining outside. We can add a thunderstorm. And I'll put this on the random effects tab, which will cause it to fire off, as you would expect, at random. And I like this because it's a pretty hands-off approach. It doesn't require me to get into scripting or chaining things one after another. It'll just fire randomly every now and then. Bring in some wind as well, if we wanted to make it sound really stormy. So you can do this with dogs barking, you can do this with, cars passing by. And it gives you that nice little, special extra something. So I'm a big fan of this. So if you have any music that you want to bring into the world of Ex Novo that sounds, suitably electronic or cyberpunky, definitely send it my way and I'll add it to the library. You can never have too much music in your library. I've got about 4 albums right now, and I'm going to be expanding that over the course of the game. And what else? Well, this is my opportunity to get a couple of reminders in for you guys. I've made a little doodle poll here. Let's go over to Doodle. That's going to let us find a time that our schedules overlap regularly. So right now this is the sign up for the character planning meeting. Let's turn this down a little bit more. There we go. Go back over to Doodle. So the first meeting is obviously going to be pretty important for planning our characters, but I'm also going to use the time that we find for this to schedule our regular bi-weekly meetings. So, with players gaming from all over the world, it can be a little bit of a challenge. So I've been a big fan of Doodle to try and help us find a time that we can all meet on the regular. So you'll find instructions in the Facebook chat on how to get to this, so definitely go into the poll and let me know when you're going to be available. And also, go ahead and add the Ex Novo Facebook group. You'll also find a link to that at the top of the chat. And maybe add it to favorites, huh? If you're so inclined. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you're as excited to start playing this game as I am. I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't wait for us to get started. So, I'll see you soon.